All right, what's going on, guys? Let's go ahead and get things going here. I kept talking, or I keep talking, I feel like every time I start a stream about how, I forgot to set up a, what is it called? A chatting screen. So at the last second, as I was getting ready to go live, I'm like, you know what? I'll try and set it up. And here we go. I'm sure I can make it look a little bit better over time. I'm sure I can add some borders, but this is what we got. So when you chat, it should show up on screen. I see the last chat is on screen. I don't really know what you mean by it's 1-1. I don't know if you're thinking about the White Sox March to October, but this is different. This is the Cubs. This is live. So yeah, I have this set up. So, you know, if we want to talk for a little bit beforehand, we can talk. I also should have had it set up. I'm a little bit more skeptical about this one working, but I have the chat set up so that it will show up like while we're playing too, a little bit under my camera. It's supposed to be transparent, but I don't know. I'm kind of expecting it to break down on me. Yeah, no, Dylan, we play, or wait, I'll wait for it to pop up here. It's taking a little while. This is not as snappy as I would have hoped. Or maybe it's already broken. Anyway, I'll respond to your message. Oh, there it is. All right, it's a little delayed. I'll try and see what I can do to fix that. But no, this is Cubs. We don't do White Sox live. That's, you know, recorded, edited down in advance. So no, this is Cubs, and you know what? We may as well get into it. Let's go ahead here and move on to the game screen here. Now this is where hopefully it doesn't break down around me with this new chat overlay that I should have added. I normally ask if you guys can hear me and see me, but I'm guessing since we actually have a response in the chat to something I said, that answers that question. So it has been a little over a week now since the last episode of this Cubs March to October stream, when I said that I was trying to get it back on track and get it more regularly, but didn't happen. But we're here, and we're hoping to get streams back on track and happening more regularly. I mean, I can't say I'm from Chicago. I'm a little too far away from Chicago to say I'm from Chicago. Ooh, yeah, that chat overlay there doesn't look too good on this screen. I see, I even tested it, and it looked fine when I tested it, and now it doesn't look good. So you know what? I'm just going to turn that off for today. Yeah, we will just go ahead, turn that off on both screens here, preemptively, and then I'll get that working for next time, hopefully. But yeah, what was I saying? I'm too far away from Chicago to say I'm from Chicago, but I'm close enough to Chicago to be fans of the Chicago teams. Although the reason for this Cubs March to October was because I spun a wheel, random, this was complete coincidence, 29 teams on the wheel other than the White Sox, and we happened to land on the Cubs. So that is why this March to October exists, and the hope when I did that was I'd be getting to plenty of other teams, and now it's been over a month since I initially started the Cubs March to October, and this is only the third episode. So we're not really on track at this point to do too many different teams. But you know what? Like I said before, we'll get back on track. Anyway, let's talk about what we've got going on today, because we have the Cubs at a 33-24 record right now. We took control of the division finally. We can just go right ahead into this screen, but we took control of the division in the end of the last episode. It took us a while to get there. Like the Cardinals, they weren't doing good, and then we started to do good, so they started to do good. But now we're at the top, and we got to maintain that with only a half a game lead. And I guess we're already on the standing screen, so we'll look at the rest of the league here. We're what? A little over 50 games in, 55-ish, 57. I guess I could have just taken a second to do some math. So 57 games in. What are the standings looking like? NL East, the Phillies, 42-15 with a 12-game lead. All right, they're running away with that one. Over in the West, the Dodgers are running away with that one. AL, you've got the Yankees and Rays, and you could say Orioles in the mix there too. AL Central, wow, the Twins are actually good. 35-22 record. They are just beating up on that division. And then the AL West, you've got the Mariners, Astros, and Rangers. Okay, they're all at the top. So it's really right now just the AL East and West, and then us. That's any sort of race. Obviously, we have a long time to go. We've got, what do we have? Over 100 games. We're going to be playing game 58 at the start here. I do, just since it's been a little over a week, I feel like, for me also, I want to refamiliarize myself with how our guys are doing. Actually, the stat screen would be better for that. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing to mention is last episode we had our first fast track and then call up, and it was with Cam Sanders. So we got a brand new 76 overall pitcher by doing that. And then we were able to move Javier Assad to the bullpen. So these top 5 here is our starting rotation. They're doing okay. I wouldn't say that's crazy good. I think our bullpen is what needs some work here. Our bullpen hasn't been great. This is probably what's holding us back from being a much better team. Our only trade we've made so far was with for Danny Coulomb. I think that's how you pronounce it. I root for the White Sox, Dylan, unfortunately. They gave me a glimmer of hope there with that 3-game winning streak, and then we're right back to it. I don't think they played today, right? So I'm not missing anything. So yeah, we'll talk about that bullpen a little bit more in a little bit. But hitting wise, this is where I did do a sneak peek. I looked at some of this stuff. I looked it over before I hopped on live. But we have some really nice hitting seasons so far from these guys. If we sort by average, Seiya Suzuki is tearing it up, man. 345 average, 14 bombs. He's hitting for power. He's hitting for average. He's getting on base. Nico Horner and Michael Busch are our other two over 300 hitters, although I think we just benched Michael Busch when we brought up Pete Crow Armstrong. Maybe it would be easier, now that I'm sitting here doing it. It's probably easier to look at it from this screen, at least lineup-wise. Then we can get a sense for where everybody's at. So Bellinger in that 3 spot. I remember he didn't start out great. We had a player lock with him that he failed. Numbers seem to be coming back up, though, even though he's regressing. But maybe that'll turn around. You're having a March to October with the Rockies, and the Brewers won the World Series in the first season. All right. I can get on board with that. All right. And then, yeah, Patrick Wisdom. I actually did not realize Patrick Wisdom was doing this good. He's got 19 homers, probably leading the team. I could have sorted by that earlier, but he also has his average at 288. With that contact, with those numbers, I wouldn't have expected that. Nico Horner, we already kind of looked at him. Dansby could be doing better. We could be getting a little bit more out of Dansby. Also, I feel like I should mention, well, okay, there's another thing. I just heard thunder. It was probably not loud enough for you guys to pick it up. But if you hear rumbling, it's thunder. I think it's supposed to storm today. Also, though, my room gets very warm, especially when I have the door closed, windows closed, and all that. So I have my fan running right now on high. If that is too loud, just let me know, and I can turn it down and boil and sweat. But just let me know. I won't. I don't think it would be that big of a distraction, but if it is, I can change things. Christopher Morel, he's hitting for some power. They won without Jackson Chourio. Is that okay? Hang on. I think I came to this realization that other teams in March to October don't make trades. And do they not make call-ups either? Is that why we always see the call-ups happen like in the postseason? Because every time, I swear, every time we start a new playoff run and we look at the team we're facing, every team we face has a player that like hasn't played at all in the regular season. So is that like the only time other teams make call-ups? Is that why they didn't get Jackson Chorio up? Because it's the CPU? I'm learning so many things about March to October that I should have known years ago. You can't even hear it unless you really try. Okay, that's probably fine then. This is another thing. Okay, we'll get back to Yan Gomes in a bit, because we did just call up Pete Crow Armstrong. We succeeded in his player lock miraculously as a hitter. So he got a pretty big boost from that. He's up to a 77 overall, A potential, and he's already at A potential. 22 years old, so he'll be improving for the rest of the year. He should be. And we have him starting, I think, both ways. Yeah, we've got him starting both ways in center field. And then Yan Gomes. This is what I want to talk about, because he's not having the best year. He is regressing big time with that age. And, here's his stats. I guess he's not doing, like, terribly, but he's not doing great. He's just going to continue to do worse. And on the bench, we don't really have a great catcher to replace him. Miguel Amaya is only a 64 overall. He's doing even worse. So, what that leads me into next is I did, before I went live, which I don't know. Maybe this is something I should do live, since it's a live March to October. But I'm such into the routine when I do my normal March to Octobers of doing stuff like off recording and then telling you guys about it. So I did adjust our trade management screen. Yan Gomes is from here, Brazil. You're watching from Brazil? I didn't know I had that much reach. That's awesome. What team are you a fan of, MLB wise? I guess you wouldn't really have a local bias. So yeah. Anyway, with this, we added catcher. We took off starting pitcher. Kind of the same thing with team needs. Took off right-handed pitcher because we need lefties more. And then with the players that I added targeting, power makes sense because this is who we've got. I figure in the White Sox March to October, the Mariners traded Mitch Garver, so we could add him and see if we can get him. And then Gary Sanchez from the Brewers. I guess we kind of have to go to the Brewers to see. But, there we go. So catcher-wise, he's stuck behind William Contreras. Obviously, teams need a backup catcher, but they might be willing to get rid of Gary and, another guy with power. So, hopefully, we start getting some trades to pop up because we have only gotten the one trade through our first 57 games. And hopefully if we get trades to pop up, we'll get a new catcher option. You're a Red Sox fan. All right. If you've been a fan for a little while, then they've given you some good baseball. You're from Canada, so you're a Jays fan. Nice. Is that like... So, okay, I have to ask. Like, are you just a Jays fan or Raptors fan? Just like if you're from Canada? Or does it kind of like... I guess there's not really many teams far enough north to be like the closest team, except maybe like the Mariners if you're on the west coast of Canada. I don't know, but I guess that's what I was gonna ask is like, does it just default to the Toronto team, or like if you're someone who's closer to different teams, could you gravitate towards them? When you started to watch baseball was in 2013, the Boston Strong season and that unbelievable playoffs. That was around the time where I wasn't watching baseball as much, but I do just remember that Red Sox team like wasn't supposed to be good. They had like all their young players that weren't technically supposed to be ready yet to win, and then they just kind of won. So I thought that was pretty cool, hardly following at a time where I wasn't really paying too much attention to baseball. I don't think there was anything left I really felt the need to talk about here. I think we covered everything. I guess we didn't look at this screen, but we kind of already talked about Cam Sanders. I guess that's why I'm not really targeting starting pitchers anymore. I feel like our starting rotation is pretty solid. Even this guy, Jordan Wicks, at only a 73 overall, but he's doing good for himself. 3.69 ERA. I feel like we can address the bullpen before we address that. And then the only offensive need is catcher. Like, every other position on this team is so solid. You're from about 60 kilometers away from Toronto. Lots of, oh, Detroit. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but Detroit, that's right, like right there on the border, right? Yanks and Red Sox are common too. And then West Coast Mariners. Okay, so at least I had an idea. You were introduced to the sport through MLB 13. Okay. MLB 13 was like, I don't know, I used to get games way late, so I didn't even get MLB 13 until MLB 14 was already a thing. So I like hardly remember playing 13, because then I completely skipped 14, and then I got 15 right when it came out. So 13 was like, I started playing in 09. 13 was probably the least one I played behind 14, because I never had 14. I think we're ready to get into some gameplay, though. We've got a 4-3 deficit to make up against the Brewers here. Divisional game, even though it's the Cardinals we're supposed to be fending off. Still got to fend off the Brewers. So let's get ready to go. Let's hop in here. We've got Mike Tauchman at the plate. We're mounting a comeback already. The CPU's given us 3 runs in the last couple innings. All right, so we've got... Hang on a second. Hang on. We probably don't want to go lefty-lefty, especially against Hope. And we probably want to get our lefty ready to go with them having some lefties up. Also, 4-3 game. We got to check and see what's happened here. We have a couple home runs. Ian Happ, Christopher Morel, couple doubles. And then it was Cam Sanders. They pulled him quick. Wow. CPU Manager does not normally have that quick of a hook. I guess... Okay, it was on this screen. I just wasn't looking up. So I guess they did have a big third, but then he pitched the 4th. Why would they take him out there? That's interesting. New York State is closer than the other provinces, especially if you're in or around Toronto. Okay, that's interesting. I always think I'm like decent with geography, and then like I don't know. Whatever I think seems to be wrong, and whatever. You're wondering if you can fast track a... See, I still have this reaction thing on that covers up words. A guy you've drafted. I should have been able to infer that. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I've done it. 4 seasons deep. Since they turned it into a multi-year thing. Last year, I only made it 3 seasons. So I might just not... Wait, I want to take Tauchman out. I might just not have made it far enough to even see if you can do that. Yeah, we're going to bring in Suzuki. I would imagine, like, they wouldn't have the draft be a thing and fast tracks be a thing and then not let you fast track your guys. You're from Chicago, big fan of both the White Sox and the Braves. I feel like I tend to have a lot of Braves fans in the chat or watching videos, commenting. I don't know how I've attracted the Braves people, but you're welcome. You're welcome here. I wish I could root for the White Sox and the Braves, because White Sox sure are a disappointment. All right, Hobie Milner, man. He is tough to hit. And look at that. That's a pitch I should not be missing. I timed it up. I thought that was a good take. I thought I was going to look elite there by taking that pitch. Oh, man, okay. This is still... I'm not good at this. I'm not good at changing the screen. I'm supposed to be down here when we're in the middle of a game. Dude. Wait, that might bloop in? No, he's too quick in center. How am I missing that pitch? Come on, dude. We got to make a comeback here, and I'm up here looking like this. Yeah, man, I don't know how many seasons you can get into a March to October. Like I said, I've only made it 4 seasons in. 2 years ago on MLB 22 was the first year they had it be multi-year. and I played 4 seasons. Last year I only went 3, so I'm not sure. There might not be a limit. We did have, okay, we had 2 lefties up to start the inning. I didn't even realize we had Drew Smiley in, but it seems like a good plan to leave him in right now. When's the next pack attack? So that's the thing. It was supposed to be today. It like got fully uploaded, and then it just I guess I shouldn't act like everybody knows how it works. So you upload a video, it uploads, and then it has to like process whatever processing does. Never processed. So I'm just gonna hold off and upload it tomorrow. But it's ready to go. It was supposed to be out today. There we go. There we go. Big punch out there. You know, I feel like Drew Smiley is actually pretty decent for being only a 3-pitch guy, as long as he's facing lefties. Like, that cutter running away to the lefty seems like a good pitch. You hope not, as your whole rotation is players you drafted other than Zapata. Well, if you do hit a limit, if there is a limit, they also have the continue in franchise option. So you won't, like, be locked out from your team. You'll just have to continue in franchise. YouTube is having some problems with uploads. Well, that's probably it. I didn't even think to check that. I guess I probably should check on stuff like that more often, because like if I sat down wanting to stream and I had no idea if there was problems with streaming, I'd be sitting here getting all frustrated when I could just have the answer. Ah, come on. I'm talking about how good that pitch is running away to lefties and they get a bloop base hit on it. Hang on, look at the bottom there. Do we see that? Cody Bellinger hits for cycle versus Brewers. I'm assuming that was earlier in the series, and Kyle Hendricks records 100th career win. I think I gotta take... Oh, you know what? I messed up. Why did I leave Adbert Alzolay out there warming up when he's our closer, and he had no business warming up yet? Oh, look at that. We still have Mark Light. Okay. I thought if you started playing at all, it would take away your ability to have them instantly warmed up, but we can bring in Mark Leiter Jr. right away. So, yeah, Tyson, I haven't messed around with franchise yet this year, but I do remember that they made a lot of changes to the pace of the season and added a lot of customization into it. So I don't know if you've messed around with that yet, but if you haven't, you might be able to find a way to somewhat replicate it. I'm remembering from the feature premieres and stuff before the game came out, but I thought there was sliders for like you could simulate, but it would stop the sim for you to play in like certain situations. So if you set it to certain leverage of situations, then it would only stop the sim for a certain leverage. So like if you're winning 8-0 in the 4th, it just wouldn't bother stopping it. But if it's like 3-1 in the 8th, maybe it would bring you in. I mean, it's even if franchise mode isn't ideal for you, it's probably a better alternative to losing your whole save. Would have been cool to see a player lock for either of those. For who? What did I miss? You have yours at 82 games played to 80 sims. Yeah, I don't know what that means, just because I haven't messed around with it yet. I didn't know, is it set by games, or is that like a guideline? Because I would assume, like March to October. Oh yeah, there you go. For the cycle and the win. That makes sense. Would have been a nice player lock. They don't really do that, though. They don't really put you in for player locks like that. You just have to... Well, I guess for no-hitters, that's like the only thing they would bring you in partway through. But the rest of them, you just got to play the whole thing. Ooh. We gonna throw him out? Miguel Amaya? No, he doesn't have the arm for that, I guess. Might have helped if I got a perfect throw. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wait. I didn't say, oh, wait, hang on, because I saw he was stealing third. I didn't even notice that. What I said, oh, wait, hang on for, was because Jackson Chorio's at the plate right here. And I was told earlier that we had a March to October where he didn't get called up, and I was saying, oh, I guess CPU teams don't call up their guys, and now here's Chorio. Unless they did update the roster for this to the opening day roster, I guess that would make sense. Dude, we can't put him away here. Guideline as is based on the critical situations. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, March to October, I feel like you don't... How did that miss that bad? I feel like you don't play as often, so maybe, like, 82 games played's a little high. Maybe I shouldn't say anything, because, like, I've said a million times now, I'm not speaking from experience. I've still yet to mess around with it. These Brewers, man, they're being very patient right now. Annoyingly patient. They'll do stuff like that in franchise. Yeah, I know. When I was playing the Nationals franchise last year, I went from the March to October to a franchise mode, and that was like the one cool thing. But then they didn't have like the critical situations didn't cover enough different moments. So I guess that's with the new stuff that makes it better. But like I was hoping critical situations, I'd come into games down 1 in the 7th or 8th like this one. But it was pretty much you'd only get put in if you had the chance to walk it off, and there was like 2 outs. This play has to be made. I know Morel has a big arm. Okay, we got it. You divided 162 in half, and that's the closest you got. But I'm just saying maybe you want to rebalance it so you have less games played. And then maybe that'd be more March to October like. Guess they're bringing in Devin Williams to close me out. This is actually not good. I don't have the easiest time hitting Devin Williams. I kind of got to lock in here. Oh, I mean, anybody should be able to hit that. Whether or not I hit Devin Williams good, I need to be able to get a base hit on that. Also, I don't know, I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning. Just in case anybody's wondering, I was planning on being live for just a couple hours until about 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish Central Time. Right now it's 8, so hour and a half to 2 hours longer. It's going to be 2. Are you kidding me, dude? You can't get more right down the middle than that. It's probably the fact that I anchor the PCI up. A little on top of that. Ballpark, how many games do you think you jump into March to October? 30? Maybe between 30 to 40-ish? Oh. Well, that's not how you want to start a stream, by not getting any offense. I got 1 base hit, a weak hit up the middle, and that's all I was able to do. So we're probably going to drop the division lead immediately. At least we only got 1 snowflake of negative momentum, so that won't hurt too bad. You don't know why, but Zach Gallen is the pitcher you can't hit? Interesting. I feel like I've never really had specifically trouble hitting Zach Gallen, but we all have one. Toxics here, what's up? That's what I was, okay, I was gonna say that. I was like, there's somebody, and that's who it was, Mr. Hurricane. Man, I gotta watch his videos again. It's been a while. I was really into that Rockies rebuild franchise he was doing, and then I just kind of stopped watching it. I think he did a whole like 100 plus episodes with the A's last year, and I haven't seen a single one. You're brutal on Legend. Any hitting tips? Don't do what I just did. No, but really, probably just off the top of my head, take away the fastball inside. That's probably the biggest thing. Just make sure you get around on the fastball if you can. I don't know. I'm not the best to go to for tips. I feel like I'm just not confident in my hitting, so I feel like I'm not great to be giving out tips. There's plenty of tips. There's plenty of better players. You'd probably be better off getting your tips from them. Benny's here. You were at the Cubs-Mets game last night. Did I see the last play of that game? I did not. I didn't see the last play of that game. You suck against Chris Bassett. See, like I said, everybody has that one. I would never have thought of Chris Bassett as being someone that like I would single out having trouble hitting. Mr. Hurricane is the GOAT at franchise. His pace is what you want to replicate. Dude, when I was saying earlier, I tried to do I turned my Nationals March to October into a franchise last year, and he was who I was trying to emulate, and I couldn't do it. Like I don't know why, but I had so much trouble making that style of franchise video. So he's definitely the GOAT. He had a perfect game against you in Diamond Dynasty. Does he have a better version, or is it his live series? I feel like I should focus on what's happening here for a second, because we do have a trade. I was asking for this, and we got it immediately after one game. And we have a new pitcher, a new arm we could pick up here for nothing. Shelby Miller, 77 overall with 99 hits per 9 for a D potential. That's a 63. I mean, we have to look at the other two, but like if the other two are no good, we are definitely doing this trade. This would be his return, right? He was on the Cubs for a bit. Was it this year where it's not specifying the teams? Oh, it was his live series a couple of years ago. I mean, he was good for a couple of years, so that live series might have been a decent card. All right, Rays. What do the Rays want to give up here? Sean Armstrong for the same guy? Okay, now here... So I traded for Sean Armstrong in my White Sox March to October, and he was good, but I also don't really like pitching with him. I have a lot of trouble with his pinpoint timing, but like he's still good. So does that outweigh? I don't know. Let's just see what the Reds want to give me. Another arm. Ooh, they're asking for more though for this guy, and he's probably not as good as the other two. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to figure out that last name pronunciation. So yeah, it's between Armstrong and Shelby Miller. The only thing that was troubling you was because he kept throwing perfect pitches with 5 completely different pitches and then randomly threw sliders right down the middle. Yep, that's what gives me trouble. You sit on that high and in fastball or sinker, take that away, and then you get the slider down the middle that looks like a hanger, but then you can't hit it because you're waiting for the fastball in. It tunnels well, even though it's a bad pitch. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling Shelby Miller. That 99 hits per 9, I like that. 99 clutch is big, even though he only has 3 pitches and they're not like no cutter, there's no sinker. But I think this is who I want to go with here. Yeah, you say Miller's fire. Oh, he was a silver at the time. Now I can see why you're more frustrated. And Tyson, I wouldn't take offense to that, man. I think I'm gonna go Miller here. I'm feeling much more strongly about Shelby Miller than Armstrong here, even though I have experience with Armstrong. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna get rid of this Pablo Aliendo dude, and we're gonna add Shelby Miller to that bullpen. And there we go, our newest Cub. I think, like I said, I think it's his return. I think he used to be on the Cubs also. So now I guess we see who got sent down. And we were playing the White Sox, and I would have liked to play that game. We have another fast track with another pitcher. Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna do it because he'd turn into a really good arm, but man, when you do a pitcher fast track and then that immediate pitcher player lock, I mean, we're talking 45 minutes eaten up. But Porter Hodge, 64 overall, D potential. I mean, Cam Sanders, I think, was the same thing. I think he was literally the same potential, same overall, and now he's a 76 B potential. So we got to do this. And he probably fit in. I'm not blocking the rotation. So yeah, he'd probably be better than Wicks if Tyon regresses at all, which it doesn't look like he will. And I guess worst case scenario, he ends up in the bullpen. So you did this last time too, right, Toxic? You left when we were starting and we were still pitching when you came back. But we have to do it. We have a chance here to get another 70 plus, like mid 70s, 75, 76 overall pitcher. You have to take it. So what happened though after that last game? What did we drop to? Oh, we're still winning. Okay. It seems like the Cardinals just do whatever we do. When we were bad, they were bad. When we started getting good, they were good. Now we had a bit more of a rough stretch. So did they. So we are heading to the minor leagues with Porter Hodge. Okay, no, I can't. We'll find out. I was gonna say, do I need to know his pitch mix? But we'll figure that out in the game. He's got a 4.75 ERA. I think I'm blocking off the 5 there, but 4.75. Trust me.
Hello and welcome.
I wish there was just like one spot to put my camera where it doesn't block everything, and I haven't found that one spot yet. Minor league still has the uniform glitch. I guess we're about to find out. Doesn't look like it. That looks like the other team's jersey. All right, here we go. What do we got here? That was not where I wanted that to go. You'll be here for another 5 minutes before you. So I get a head start, is what you're saying, I guess. I'll make use of it. I'd like a fast track with a hitter. Or do I? Actually, maybe I wouldn't, unless it was a catcher and we just got rid of a minor league catcher. But I guess pitching is more valuable for the fast track. It just takes so long. And I'd probably fail the hitter one anyway. We're really taking that? That's why it takes so long, man. Yeah, I mean, I said this so many times in the last stream when we were doing the pitcher fast track, but like all this is stuff I'm able to cut out when I'm editing down a recording for March to October. You would only see that pitch. Everything else gets cut out. But now you get to see every single foul ball, every single close take that these minor leaguers make. Why does that helmet look huge on this guy? Look at that. Okay, we need some of those too. I like my strikeouts, but if we can get some early in the count weak contact, I will take that too.
Base is empty with 2 out. Now, David Fry. And there's a strike. At a certain
He looks like Peyton Manning. He's gonna have the big red mark on his forehead after he takes it off.
great pitch. There's a strike.
You got Alexis Zapata from 78A to a 90 and Brian Mata from a 63 to an 86. That's how these player locks work. It seems like pitchers almost every time, if you get it, which that's not going to help, but if you get it, it's a +6, and then you do that twice and it's a +12, and then their potential goes up too. That's a tall pitcher. Is he? 6'4". I mean, I wouldn't say that's extraordinarily tall. Maybe he just looks tall. Maybe he's got some lifts in his shoes or something.
Leads off a first with 2 out. Try to get him chasing on the changeup.
Oh no. That might be a run.
Round second headed for 3rd.
That's not good. Come on, make a play here. Throw him out. No, it's not even close. That is not good. You don't need much to succeed with a pitcher in these player locks, but a run in the first inning is not, it doesn't help. We only need enough for what would be considered a 1+ game on the 1-2-3 system. And I know I've had an outing in the past where I've given up like 4 runs in 5 innings, and it still gave me a plus. So that's always kind of my benchmark, is if we give up less than 4 runs and or pitch more than 5 innings, we're in the clear.
Second, 2 down. And we're just getting going here in the top of the first. And now it's even up. What a take with 2 strikes.
Dude, we're about to throw our 20th pitch. Like, it's not normally this bad.
Man at second with 2 down.
Oh my god.
He is down again.
I shouldn't be getting this frustrated. It's not that big a deal. It's still early, but man, just do something. If that bloops in, oh my. Okay, are they gonna score? He held up and then went, and he's still gonna make it in. Oh my god, we are not gonna do this. I'm about to fail a pitcher player lock.
Speed becomes a factor now that he's on first.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not my fault. You're seeing what's going on. Foul balls, close takes, bloop singles.
Started to swing, but held up.
Really only had the one good swing, and it was a double in the gap. We couldn't even get away with that. Sometimes you give up the bloopers, but you get lineouts.
First
We're not getting either one.
23 pitches now. And there's ball. He placed that slider just about perfectly, but credit to the hitter. He was wise to lay off it.
Dude,
Base hit up the middle.
this pitcher sucks. What's his name? What's his first name?
Now with 2 away. Back-to-back singles. Great job of
Porter?
hitting to not get tied up or
Porter Hodge.
side pitch. He showed a compact
That's what these minor leaguers should be doing, is swinging at that.
and shot it back up the middle for the hit.
You're right, Toxic. You're right. 0.01 seconds off. 100th of a second. Dude, that's going to drop in too. Okay, it didn't. Somebody made a play for me. Yeah, I've noticed that too, Dylan. They leave you in to die out there.
We're back here at the
Well, only if you're doing good.
start of this inning.
If you have a good game going, they'll just throw you until your arm falls off. I feel like this game, we did get the run support though. We are winning this game now after that. But
It's over.
yeah, I don't know. 2 runs in the first. I feel like they might actually adjust how quick they pull me out of this game. Like, it's the takes like that. That is such a good pitch. This is a minor league 8 hitter, and he's just spitting on it.
Swing and a miss. He must have been sitting on something off speed.
Dude.
Just a lazy fly ball. That gets down for a hit. And a runner on now.
I mean, what can I even say anymore? What's worth complaining about?
Next, Michael Berglund.
We're all seeing the same thing.
Bounces
That better be 2. It's not going to be 2. Not even close. Yeah.
and throws to first. 1 out in the second. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman. Fastball for a strike.
Okay, that was a good pitch. Even though the 97% accuracy is inaccurate, apparently.
Late on that fastball. 2 strikes on him, and he's already struck out in this one.
You know what? I will step off. I didn't want to throw the fastball, and I almost just went with it. We don't need to go with it. I can step off.
And a foul ball, so he stays alive.
You saw this Road to the Show series where the pitcher is on the Red Sox, and he's going into the 8th, and he's still in. And all you hear is, "Why am I still in the game?" Yeah, man, that is me.
Swing and a pop-up.
Are we gonna get to that? Okay, somebody made a play for me. I feel like that's my experience every single time I fast track a pitcher and like my start's going well, but I just have no energy, and the manager's like, "No, you're good. It's your major league debut. You're 117 pitches deep. You can give me the 8th and 9th."
Strike 2. Quickly in a 2-strike count. We'll see how aggressive he is at the plate.
if a player does bad for you in a player lock and gets a plus, you don't call him up? Why not? Then you get a chance to make him even better. Because you got to remember, when he had the bad game, he was at his still low overall. But if he gets a plus, his overall increases, so he becomes a better pitcher. And then you get to use that better version of him. So there we go. All right, we need more of that. Even though this guy sucks right now, if I get a plus, I'm still calling him up, because then he'll be a 70 overall, and then we'd have a chance to get him up to a 76. There's a game that you had 0 energy, and they just kept you in for a full inning. You gave up a hit and a walk. That's how it goes, man. That's what they do. Which is worse, giving up stupid blue hits or getting out on a foul ball pop-up? Probably the blue hits, although I hate foul balls. I hate getting out on foul balls. If I could create a stadium and they let you like mess with foul territory, I would have the stands go right up until the line. Like there would be no room in foul territory. I hate popping up foul.
Just missed. Hodge at times has struggled with command.
That's kind of what does frustrate me about created stadiums, though, is because they still have the bullpens down the lines, and you can't mess with anything. It's such a big, like, foul territory that there is to cover.
Out to short.
Okay, we contact. It's starting to settle down. Okay, well, there's that.
It's gonna wind up out of play. Not the way this defense wanted to start the inning. He's
I thought it was starting to settle down.
following
Okay, now we got another runner on. At least that'd be unearned if he comes around to score.
next up, the shortstop.
I don't know if I've ever thrown this many pitches this early on in a player lock down in the minors.
Going too soon there, it's strike 2. That's some great arm action from him to sell the changeup. He goes down looking.
When the third inning ends, you'll go. That might take another 10 minutes at this pace.
Gold and drove in a run the first time through.
Couple more throwing errors, couple more bloop hits. I mean, I wouldn't call that a blooper. I wouldn't call that hard hit either.
Around from second, the
I mean, the run prevention on Porter Hodge is just it's not there.
heater right down the pipe. He was definitely geared up for it. And they've got some choices now with good speed on the bases. And now, Jose Tena. First pitch doesn't find
I'm going to be really curious to see if we can salvage a plus out of this.
runner on the go.
He's taken off, and I threw a change because, of course, Oh, we got him. Okay. This game feels scripted sometimes. It does. I don't say it is, but it feels like it sometimes. Or it feels like at least the CPU's trying to, like, nudge you into certain outcomes, and you got to fight it.
For a strike.
All right, there we go. Punched him out. Like, the CPU will get all these dumb hits, but then in Road to the Show, you only hit perfects and go 1 for 4 with a single. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I would like pitching to be a little bit more difficult against the CPU, because, like, I'm on Legend, and normally you just mow the other team down. Like, this is not normal for me to be having this much trouble pitching. But I think I would rather it be a little tougher. Because, you know, I'm playing on Legend for a reason. Like, I want to be challenged.
And another ball.
Yeah. I'll see you later, Toxic. Oh. Well, did you leave quick enough before that happened? I don't know, Dylan. Maybe not now. Maybe they won't keep me in for 7 now at this point after that. I don't know if I've ever struggled this much. Normally, these minor league ones are almost irrelevant. Like, it's just a cakewalk to get through. Like, I never consider the possibility of failing the minor league portion of a pitcher-player lock. This might be a first.
On the fastball. Has to locate better than that. Cox in the box now. No balls and a strike. And that's a little bit hot. And the count even 1-1.
I don't know if I like this pitch.
A little bit
Okay, I
low.
guess I'll just end up out of the zone anyway, because of course it will.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
There we go. We need more of those. I don't know, at this point, with all the runs I've given up, we might need to start picking up a ridiculous amount of strikeouts to make up for it.
And strike one on the
I can't believe I'm sitting here. I think that was the 62nd pitch, and we have one out in the 4th inning.
swings through that one. And here's the 0-2.
There we go. All right, couple strikeouts back to back. It was the 8 and 9 hitters, but we need to take advantage of that if we can.
The second base.
It's not telling me how many total strikeouts I'm at, though. I feel like I wanna look at that. 6. I guess 6 and 3 2/3 isn't bad. Just not with everything else around it that's happening.
There's a strike.
Heartman is back. There he is. I almost disabled it because sometimes it's frustrating. The little heart icon for me on the chat that I'm looking at blocks like the last couple letters of a message. But then I thought of you. I thought of Jeff year 7, and I'm like, you know what? He's going to be upset if I take these away.
This one the other way.
Okay. I would have liked to strike out the side. We didn't even get him out. This shortstop is having a day for us.
Every level
Who is this?
preach good hustle.
Who's at short? Miles Mastroboni? He was a big leaguer. He started the season in the big leagues. I guess this is why he got sent down.
How well you hit the ball.
A throwing error earlier, then he can't get it there on time this time.
And that's what got it.
Keeping us in this inning for even longer, running up that pitch count even more.
One run in the inning so far. Top half of the 4th.
He just straight up did not make contact on that. It didn't look like he touched that.
And again on 1 and 2. That one missed. I guess the silver lining is that he hasn't walked anybody, but they are peppering him.
There we go. All right, we got a call.
That retires the side. They pick up a run on
I am playing, well, I guess I didn't know that till now. I'm playing your local AAA team, and they are beating up on me. I've never had this much trouble in the minor league portion. Somehow our team is coming through for us, though. All of a sudden, we're winning 8-4. I wonder if that helps. Like, if we have this same game but we lose, do we get like more of a bad credit? And if we win, is it going to help, or is it just like purely based on my performance and the offense doesn't have anything to do with it?
RBI double back in the first.
Because I mean, if we get through this inning, we're in line for the win. We're up by a bunch, so we probably do win. Does that help?
Swing and a miss. Strike one. I don't know how.
That shortstop was out to lunch. He had no urgency. Well, I mean, you'd think he would after not getting it there on time earlier. He just doesn't learn. Hey, he gets another shot. What are you going to do this time, Miles?
Throw to first.
No, he doesn't get it there.
Beats the throw by a
Did any of us think he was going to get it there on time?
defensive
I didn't.
ton of ground, and then made a strong throw to make the play a little closer. Next to hit, George Valera. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Runner at first.
I can't believe I'm 2 pitches away from 80 pitches.
And that drops in.
80.
Started out.
We're going to be close to 100 by the end of the 5th inning.
Got a battle down.
This is like a Michael Kopech start.
Grounded to third.
Okay, that might be 2.
One at second. Over to
It's not. I don't know if he was safe because it pulled him off the base or if he beats that out anyway, but wow.
missing out on the double
It is an adventure out there today.
as he made the transfer to throw to first. That'll go down as a fielder's choice. Tana.
When is custom pack attack uniforms? I honestly just keep forgetting to do it.
We're in the top of the 5th inning.
I don't even know, man. I feel like I am not good at creating uniforms. My main account jerseys, I made that same kind of design like 5 years ago, and I've been recreating the same thing ever since.
That's a liner to left.
Okay, it hung up far enough. We make it through 5, so we're in line for the win.
Left on base.
Now it's just a matter of how long they leave me in for. And we're at least heading back out for the 6th. Wouldn't be too surprised if they take me out after this one.
Fouled off.
Last year was fire. I didn't even make a logo last year. I think the jerseys were pretty basic. I guess I can do something basic.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike
I don't know. I also want to make a couple of, we could call them renovations to Pack Attack Park 3, since I don't have to make a brand new one this year. I was thinking about adding a few things.
on back. One out as they get the lead off.
They've added some more things to the
So up next,
stadium creator, so I feel like we can update the stadium. One of the things I saw that I didn't know existed was you can just have like groups of fans standing in different places, so I think that'd be cool to add a few extra fans here and there. That whole right field park area could do with some fans roaming around out there. You'd make it all the way black, orange pinstripes, home uni, the same thing, but white bottoms. I mean, it's kind of similar-ish to my main jerseys. I have the orange and the black color scheme, and then like kind of invert that home and away.
out and the base is empty. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Next offering is down low.
Add groups of fans. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Add it to the empty right field part. There we go. All right. We probably only have one more out left in this game, facing the 9-hole hitter. Let's see if we can pick up one more punch out.
Getting ready to hit. 3-pitch strikeout in the last AB. Will definitely want to do better this time.
And we can't get out of the game without giving up one more blue pit.
And he keeps swinging a high.
You know, I saw when I went to download my vaulted version of the stadium from last year, I saw a couple other people who had it and made some adjustments to Pack Attack Park 3, which, first of all, that was kind of crazy to see. Like, other people taking my park and then, like, customizing it. It kind of caught me off guard. But I saw some things added out there to that right field area, and I don't know if I liked it. Like, I kind of like the idea. Maybe it'll look better when there's some fans there. Because I always had the idea, like, oh, it's an open space for people to walk around. Maybe if I add some walkways, you know. I don't know. Like, I don't think the fans that you can add, I don't think they walk around. I think they kind of stay in the same area, but at least can look like they're walking around and exploring the area. All right. That's 6 innings, 4 runs allowed. Will we come back out? We're almost at 100 pitches. I doubt it. We can't be still. We're still in the game. Okay, game. I was not expecting this. I thought they would actually take into consideration the context here. But no, we're still going out there. Still out here to give up weak hits like that. 82 off the bat. Just happened to be where nobody was. See, I'm wondering, though, Jeff, if they are, like, people who watch Pack Attack, or if they're just people that, like, maybe played against me or saw the park in some way and just thought, oh, it's a cool-looking park. Because I'm proud of that stadium. Like, that's the best one I've ever made. And I know back in 21, I would go and download stadiums that I played against if I thought they were cool. So, you never know. The fans just stay in place. Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's fine. I mean, at least I can put them in some different areas, and then they look like they're maybe roaming around out there. Oh, is that strike 3? Okay. I lost track of the count.
Runner at first. And next,
Maybe if I can roll a double play on like this pitch. Okay, you won't even swing. I was going to say if I can do that on this pitch, we can get out of here without having to pitch with no energy. But that's just wishful thinking.
next pitch is outside. And the count is 1-1.
When I get to World Series level, make the park packed out. See, I don't know if I want to like do too much. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being lazy, but like I already have to grind on that account to make stubs and earn the packs for the pack wheel. I guess that's also part of the reason why I haven't like adjusted the uniforms is like I feel like I play so much extra on that account and like that's what I should be focused on because that's what actually matters. Although it was simple, but last year when I had my episode on Halloween and I just wrote spooky on the jerseys, found that kind of fun. At least, oh yeah, no, I wanna add some stuff to the stadium. I don't know when I'll do it, but at some point, I just don't know if I want to like customize it for every individual game. Although it would be cool. I don't even know how they would do it and how it would make sense, but it would be cool if there was like an attendance factor and like depending on how good you were playing at the time or what level you're at, there's more people at the park. Or maybe there is that and I just don't know because I don't pay enough attention. See, this is what happens though, game. You leave me in with no energy, we're going to give up more runs. I couldn't keep them off the board with full energy. What'd you think I was going to do now? That worries me too. You see, now we're out of the game. That worries me, giving up 5 runs. Potentially more out there. What are we going to see? We won the game. I got the win because they're all hugging Parker. Or Porter. Not Parker. What do we do? I don't like to see 7 runs on the board because we left 2 out there. Forgettable outing. We actually did it. We failed. We failed. We failed a pitcher-player lock in the minors. History was made tonight, and you guys were here to see that. Did I notice the name of my opponent in the last pack attack video? I have faced some interesting names, to say the least. You really only care about the drafting and player development. You only focus on guys you drafted. I mean, I you know, to each their own. I just feel like that kind of handicaps you maybe, but you know, you're free to play how you want. I just don't know. I don't know if March to October would be the mode that I would use when you're focused on like player development and drafting and stuff like that. But that's just me. Your personal favorite opponent name was the dude named Burger King, but he had a Wendy's logo. I feel like I remember that. That was funny. Was that just last year? We just won a 4-game series with negative momentum. That's very helpful. Now we need to get a statement win against another top club. We're still somehow winning the division after 2 straight losses and failures. Oh, in franchise you're talking about? Okay, that makes more sense then. It was last year over the summer. Like I said, I knew I remembered that. Ah, boy. Do I have any adjustments I want to make? I guess. I mean, it's not really the team playing bad. It's kind of. I played 1 game with the team. There's nothing to worry about here. Let's hop in. Let's load in. We're down 1 again. We got to make a comeback. This time we got a little bit more time to do it. 3 innings on the road. You screenshotted it? It's so bad they left me in for 7 innings. I really wonder if that last run was what put it over the edge. Like, if I got out of that game with 4 runs allowed, they took me out after 6. Like, that, I feel like that would have been good. That would have given me it.
Vanderbilt player in college World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own. And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. He's a bad ball hit.
Man, I've been on for what, a little over an hour. It is getting hot in my room. This is what I was worried about. I have a very warm room, and especially when I don't have like the window or door open or anything. I think it's because I have a PlayStation on, a PC on, all this hardware. It's basically like space heaters. And it's only going to get warmer.
And now the count is even. Bounce to the left side.
Well,
Whips it to first on the
oh, I thought we had a chance of running that out. Dude, I got to make some better swing. I haven't been pitching well. I haven't been hitting well today. What's going on?
foul ball there.
Toxic. I don't even want to talk about it. You don't even know what happened. I failed. I am... You see here, I'm not pitching with him in the big leagues. I failed a pitcher-player lock.
It's a ball and 2 strikes. One down, base is empty.
There we go. All right, finally a good piece of hitting. Oh, we're going to be getting 3 on this. He's tumbling out there. He lost his balance. That's huge. A free triple that should have been a single. And now all we need is a fly ball to tie it. Yeah, exactly. What? It doesn't even make sense, does it? They left me in. I had those 4 runs allowed. I got through 6 innings without allowing any more. I think you left when I gave up that 4th run. And then they threw me back out there in the 7th with no energy. I gave up 1 more. If they would have just taken me out when I was already, like, no energy, just finished the 6th. It was from September 3rd, 2023. Yeah, I was doing good right after the home run. Like, I was shutting him down. Maybe that's why they left me in, and then it ruined it.
Close the corner. Strike 1. Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base. Now they hit the knees for a strike. All right, now he may have not liked either of those.
Joey Votto is in your franchise. He's 52 years old and still playing with a 99 potential.
Close to the zone.
I doubt he gets there.
Misses without
I don't know if he has what it takes to reach that 99. He might be done for.
plate so that he can
I've never seen somebody stay in for or stay in the league, stay in a sim for that long. What's his overall?
with the go-ahead run at the plate. Here the top half of it.
Oh, he's good? Huh? How did I miss that? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's why it felt weird, because I did have good timing. That was real bad. We were in a spot where all I needed to do was make contact that wasn't a pop-up, and we'd score, and I failed.
This level of next man up, that mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason.
97. Yeah, that has to be some kind of weird glitch. I mean, that's fun. Oh no, I did, Toxic. That is the kind of day we're having. Stranding base runners with 1 out on 3rd. You found me through the White Sox March to October, and that's still going, and you've enjoyed it? Well, I'm glad to hear that. It's still going. We're just, this is alternate March to October here on a stream exclusive. You can't do that in I guess you've played more March to October than I have at this point, but from what I know, you can't really change sliders in March to October. Maybe you can, and I just never knew. Do I want Merriweather in? Probably not. Let's go to our new arm. Let's get our new guy in here. Why not? I threw 1 pitch, but it doesn't matter.
Shelby Miller just trying to keep this
You've been watching since the Nats March to October, so not that long,
fight back into the game.
but decently long. Nobody gets any references you make about that series. Where do you make references about the series?
And the righty deals.
I don't have that much reach, so if you're making reference to it like in a friend group, yeah, you're probably not gonna get it. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where half the population is watching MLB The Show, and then everyone will know what you're talking about. I'm sure that'll happen.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track
Pack Attack episode, man, you went back and you did your research. One day I'll get 4 billion subs. I mean, I'm on pace for one day, technically, right? That'd be on pace.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time.
Pearson's 1.3 billion. That's what it's going to be like for Mr. Beast soon. It feels like. I mean, like, I feel like I started watching him relatively early on, and he had like 2 million subs already, which does seem like relatively early on compared to where he's at now, but still, it's 2 million. Oh, it was a 4. I was wondering what you meant. I thought you meant that, like, I don't know, I thought you were talking something about the last pitcher player lock, 4-0. Man, I was thinking about it the other day, and I really think it's the ranked program that has made so many people quit ranked games. Which, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, that having the ranked program's a bad thing. It's just like, that's a unfortunate side effect, is the fact that people quit. Because back when it was just the rating and whatever, you know, level you made it to based on your rating, people wouldn't quit as much because the win was all that mattered. But now that it's the stats that matter in your program progress, people don't really care about the wins as much. You started watching me in my Mets March to October. I like to hear that. That whole, I guess, series of the Mets, Angels, and Padres March to October, those were just kind of experiments that didn't quite go as well as I thought. But I'm glad to hear that somebody picked me up from that. We're gonna blow this up 3-0 in the count. And I did. I swung at ball 4 also. Awesome. I'm having a great day on the game, guys. You forgot you have him under contract for 10 more years. We're gonna have a 62-year-old Joey Votto hitting tanks. Well, how many like career home runs is he up to if he's had this resurgence back up to 99 power? You only play offline franchise and Road to the Show. How's Road to the Show this year? I guess I haven't tried either franchise or Road to the Show, but I imagine usually franchise is the same experience. Dude, if I'm not hitting that pitch right now, I am having all kinds of issues today. You've been a lifelong Cubs fan, going back to the days of Aramis, Ramirez, Zambrano, and Derek Lee, even further back with Sosa. See, I'm not going to lie. Back in the Aramis, Ramirez, Zambrano, Derek Lee days, that was when I was young and I was bought in to the Cubs-White Sox rivalry. So I kind of hated the Cubs at that time. I don't anymore. I find the Cubs to be difficult to dislike, actually. Dude, I don't know what's going on. This is the worst I've played in a while. You know what it is? It's because I've been playing so much Fallout lately. Not enough MLB, too much Fallout, and I'm losing my skill. You don't have the best plate vision discipline because basically everything looks like a strike to me. That's how it's looking to me today. Man. Okay. I did something right there, right? That's going? Okay, yeah, we're good. We're back on track. Bellinger turning around the fastball up and in. We're right back on track. Road to the Show is a lot better. It's fun. There's a draft combine now. Russell Wilson Road to the Show is wild. Did you go back to watch that? Because that's rough. I would not recommend it. I don't know if that's what you're referencing. I'm guessing it is, but man, those were rough times. 838 home runs for Votto. That's insane. He's still got 10 years to go. The difference between me and you is that I hit better than you and you play on rookie. How long have you been playing? I'm sure you've told me before, but I don't remember. Oh, you just see it in playlist? Yeah, don't watch it. Trust me. There is a reason that on the back end, that video has like 300 and some views, and it has like an average view duration of about 45 seconds. You're simming a season right now. Gotta see where he's at after one more year. Since 21. You got a couple years under your belt. I started playing MLB in MLB 09, and I wasn't any good at the game until like 15. So it takes a little bit. Baseball games are not really easy to pick up and play. Okay, there we go. You keep trying to play an amateur starting March to October, 0-14. What level's amateur? I know they added in a couple more. That's in between beginner and rookie, right? And then there's another one there too. You watched 4 seconds and you couldn't. I don't blame you. Knocking down that average view duration even further. No, honestly, sometimes I wonder if those old videos with garbage views and garbage view duration and all that stuff, I wonder if that's what's like holding back the channel from a wider reach. I don't want to delete those because I think it's fun to go back and see like how far I've come, I guess, like how bad that was then and how much better it is now. But I'm starting to think that it might be better to go ahead and like unlist those or something. Maybe it would help. Nobody's going back and watching them anyway, so. You started in 22 when it came out to Switch, but you had MLB 2K12 on the Wii. Man, I mean, obviously, new people would come in on the Switch, but that's probably not your best introduction to the game. I've seen how the game runs on Switch, and it looks kind of rough. Beginner, amateur, minors, rookie, from easiest to hardest. Okay, I forgot about the minors one. You play on minors, no PCI, start in 21. The difference between you now and last year is you play on rookie instead of minor. See, you're making the adjustments. I think, like I said, I went from like MLB 09 to 15 not being that good at the game. I think I just camped out on like veteran. Like I got comfortable playing on veteran and then I just stuck there. And then finally in 15 I was like, you know what? I'm bumping it up to all-star. And then I did. And it was tough. But it got better. See you, Jeff. Thanks for all the heart reactions. Oh man, I didn't even realize what count it is. It's probably been 3-2 for a while, and I should have been taking off. Dude, wasn't it bad? If you sit on anything else except fastball, you miss the fastball. If you sit on fastball, you miss anything except the fastball. That is a problem that everybody has on any difficulty. Of course, I end the at-bat by rolling over on it. You gotta sit fastball, though. Like, that's what I've learned. Is you gotta sit fastball and then just try and react to anything else. He finished the season with 44 home runs and had an 87. So was that a decrease? Or did he get even better to an 87? That's wild. I've never heard of a glitch like that. Usually MLB The Show is so opposite with the age, and people regress way before they should. Rob's here? What's going on, Rob? I was hoping you'd show up, because last time when you dropped that 10, I was thinking about it afterwards, and I'm like, did I actually thank him for that, or did I just kind of acknowledge it and then say I don't know how to react when people give me money? Because if I didn't thank you for it, then thank you. There we go. All right, we expanded his zone a little bit there. I definitely thanked you. Okay, good, because it was on my mind afterwards, and I was like, uh-oh. You started playing on veteran this year. Nice. increasing that difficulty. I love to hear it. We'll get him warmed up just in case. Probably should have done this before. I guess Miller still had plenty of energy.
You're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone.
Only by 10 decrease. So he was a 97. If he's going down 10, that's a pretty steep decrease. He might not have the 10 years left in him.
Tosses the first, and that quickly 2 away. That's a huge defensive play.
Oh, 10 less homers? Got it.
Might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team. 2 down, nobody on. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Ah, dude, we can't even escape the bloopers now that we're controlling the whole team. At least we already have 2 outs. Doesn't do too much damage.
It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. Let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ooh, you never see that call. Okay, I like it. And there we go. Fastball up and away, sits him down. We got to score here. I don't want to lose on a walk-off. Votto hit 74 homers the year after you started the franchise. That is that's numbers that you don't ever see. I really thought I did something there at first. You know, I was just thinking about it. All you guys saying that, you know, you started playing MLB within the last couple of years. I also asked you if Road to the Show was good, and you said it was good. But I guess to me, I always think back to, like, I don't know how far back I think for Road to the Show, but I'm thinking maybe, like, the MLB 10 days. 10, 11, 12, those Road to the Shows. You guys missed out. That was a good time. I guess the mode itself wasn't like that much more in depth, but just the progression system was so much more fun, at least to me. You earned points, and then you had to spend those points in certain categories. That was a lot more fun to me than just the what is it? You know, you get a hit and you get a contact boost. I don't even know. Do they still have that whole archetype perk system this year? I would assume they did, because if they changed it, I would have heard about it. To be fair, when MLB 10 released, you weren't born yet. Well, that would do it. Man, I just remember the first time I got MLB 09 and I realized that Road to the Show was a thing. I just poured myself into that mode. And it took me like 2 seasons to even get called up. But I was so hooked. Oh my... This dude's circle change is eating me alive. Yeah, I do miss that too, Rob. Honestly, I miss the even earlier ones. Like, they updated eventually where you spent like a set amount and that was, you know, upgrading a point. But I miss even earlier where you just put however many points you wanted into a specific type of training, and then there was like a meter that you had to get all the way up to then increase by 1. I think that's similar to how it is now with the performance progression, where you have to fill up that meter, and then once it's filled you get a point. But it was like that, but with the points system, where you spent points to fill up the meter, and then once the meter was full, so you didn't know exactly how much or how many points it took to improve an attribute. Dude, why is this guy still in the game? Like, I know he's been pitching pretty well, but 33 pitches, running low on energy, I gotta do some damage against him, right? I feel like I'm being really patient, and then I just, like, I don't get the big hit right now. And yep, there again, we get to 3 balls, get the fastball like right there, and then nothing. Been a gamer since day one. What was our first games? Does anybody remember their very first video games? Because I don't know if I remember what mine is, at least the first one that I would remember playing. I mean, I remember playing, it was like MLB 2001, I think it was called. That was definitely my first baseball game, but I don't know if that was my first game. Lego Star Wars 3, that's like the one that I haven't played. I played 1, I played 2, I played Complete Saga, and then I played a decent chunk of the newest one. Somehow I missed Lego Star Wars 3. Eventually, one day, we'll get to the point on here, on this channel, where I'm streaming more often, and I'll start playing some other games, and the Lego Star Wars games is on my list. Oh, you like the newest one better than 3? I mean, 3, I did have it, and I played it a little bit. I just, like, didn't get far into it at all. But I do remember 3 being a lot of fun. So I don't know why I didn't get into it. Yours was Donkey Kong on the N64. I mean, that's a game. That's a game that I don't think I've ever played. I never had the Nintendos. My first console, I never had any Nintendos until the Wii. I had the PS1 after the PS2 came out because I had a cousin who got the PS2, so they're getting rid of their one, and we got it. Imagine opening up your average JK Perfect 10 stream and I'm doing side quests on Tatooine. Like I'm telling you, man, one day we're gonna play other games. Like right now, I am hooked on playing Fallout 4, and that's probably why I'm not hitting as well today as I normally do, because I haven't been like playing MLB as much. But man, like I'm not as into other games as a lot of people, but there's some other games that I definitely enjoy playing, and I'd love to play through. Your first baseball game was All-Star Baseball 02. See, I think the one that I'm thinking of for me, it was just called MLB 2001. I think those were like the precursors to MLB The Show. Like, I think it was the same developers before they changed their name to Sony San Diego, but I think I've just been an MLB The Show guy through and through. 3K sub special, maybe. It depends. I mean, I'm kind of thinking if I would expand to different games, I'd probably start with other sports games first, see how that goes, and then, you know, maybe we go from there. Your first sports games was Madden 20, and your first MLB The Show game was 21. Man, Madden 20 was like the beginning of the end for me, for Madden. That was the last Madden that I bought right away, and then I got 21. I bought it around Christmas time when it was on sale, and I haven't gotten Madden since. You missed the Bigs? I played the Bigs 2 on the Wii. That was my only experience with that one, but it was fun. Oh my god. Okay. Madden 20 was the last good Madden. I think a lot of people would disagree with you on that. What was the one? Is it 16? Was where it kind of, well, actually, a lot of people say it went downhill since 13, but more recently, I can't remember if it was like 16 or somewhere between 16, 17, and 18. Your first sports game was Madden 05. That was a little earlier than my, well, not my first sports game, but my first Madden game was 08 on the PS2. And that was a classic. Such a good game. That's another thing that I would, if we're talking about me potentially in the future streaming other games. I was just about to say, Rob, not PGA 2K23. I was going to say I would also love to play some old games, old sports games too specifically, Tiger Woods PGA 2005 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, there's just something about that game that was just incredible. I haven't ever really been able to get into any of the newer golf games after that. I can't remember which one I played, but it was free at one point, so I downloaded it and gave it a try, and it didn't hit the same as classic Tiger Woods 05. Oh, did we do it? Seiya Suzuki with the perfect please leave. There we... Oh, no. No, it didn't leave. I thought that was gone. Okay, I mean, we got a run, but man, it would have been nice for that to go. MVP 06 NCAA baseball. Never played that one. I only played MVP 05, and that's also classic. It was something about those EA games in 2005. Or the 2005 branded games, at least. Ah. That looked meaty to me. Can't believe I rolled over on that. I didn't get my closer warmed. Man, we're sitting here talking about old games, and I forgot to get Adbert warmed up. I mean, we'll get him warmed now in case we need him, but it's on Hector. You loved NCAA baseball as well, mainly used the Long Beach State Dirtbags. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've ever played an NCAA. I would be kind of interested to play the new college football game coming out. If anyone has experienced the atrocities of Madden Tour, I'm sorry, I don't even know what that is, so guess I have not experienced those atrocities. Oh my god. With these bloop hits. How do I stop this? Like, it's not a bad pitch. We jammed him. We got weak contact. I gotta bring the infield in, right? The option's not even there. They're really gonna make me go all the way into this menu to bring the infield in. Should I go all the way in or should I go halfway? I'm gonna go halfway. Kind of need a punch out here. NFL Tour? I still don't know what that is. So again, I guess I've avoided those atrocities, whatever they are. I guess walking this dude wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because that seems like what's about to happen. Good thing I got Adbert ready to go, because he is coming in right after this AB. Alright, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. That's probably better at this point anyway. Now we got the force at home. Yeah, no, we got a mound visit to get him a little bit more energy. This will be save of the year if you convert this, Adbert. You can't get attached to any other team but the Red Sox in March to October other than the Angels. I've enjoyed playing as other teams. You know, obviously I have my White Sox bias with all those different March to Octobers I played with them, but I don't know, I can get into it. We don't even have anybody else with full energy. I guess we'll warm up Javier Assad if we need somebody past this point. We gotta focus on getting past this point, though, I guess. I still feel like I should go halfway instead of all the way in. Because if a grounder gets through, that could end the game. Okay, well, we got a swing. A truly bad input on my end, and that gets the bad swing. Because of course it does. Yeah, I do. I remember your pre-1940s friend. And then who was the guy we found out about? It was like home run something. Oh, he said to ask me if I know Red Faber or... It's blocking the last letter. Ed Walsh. Home Run Baker, that's what it was. Baker.
The winning run on second base.
Those names sound familiar, but I can't say that, like, I know who they are.
Raised down by a run. They're the home team trying to pull it out.
There we go. Fastball up and in. Had to challenge him. Now a double play can end it. That was actually huge. Are we in? We're already in double play depth. Perfect. This dude's fast though, isn't he? Guess we'll see how it plays out. Those two players are White Sox players, so that's why they sound familiar to me. They're probably in any other team's history I wouldn't know. The only reason I probably know those names... Oh, hang on. I don't think we got them. Yeah, I don't think we turned 2 on that. We just got to take the out if we can get it and guarantee that we go to the 11th. They're both in the Hall of Fame? Okay, so more reason why I thought they sounded familiar. So when I'm watching a Sox broadcast and they bring up, like, all-time Sox stats, that's probably where I've seen those names. Okay, we're still alive. Hard hit grounder, but still kicking. Apparently, Red Faber has a 67 pitch perfect game. That's insane. I used to be, when I was really young, like we're talking elementary school age, I was really into like old baseball history. And for some reason that kind of left me. But there was a series of books. I also used to be really into reading when I was that age. There is a series of books. If you guys ever read them or anything, but it was like the main character was this kid who he had time travel powers. If he touched a baseball card from the old days, he would like get transported to the past, and then you know, the whole book would be about how he's living in the past at this time of the baseball player's life, and he would like meet up with the player. I just thought that was fascinating. I don't remember if this series had a name, but like every book was titled That Player and Me, and Patrick Wisdom and me. We're going deep. That's a huge home run. We have no outs in the inning and we're doing it already. All right. Okay. Ty Cobb, Walter Johnson, Shoeless Joe Jackson. At least I'm assuming that's who you mean. Orville overall. I'm starting to think you made up that one. Although I don't know, there's some pretty wild names out in those old baseball times.
So they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is. Foul back our way, and that's out of play.
I wonder, should I leave Alzolay in? Is that going to get down? No, it didn't have enough. I should probably come up with a plan for what I want to do. I can at least leave Alzolay into the first 2 hitters. That would make sense. And then if he doesn't have much energy by then, I'll bring in Coulomb. Sounds like a plan. Oh, dude, I found it. I have found something here. Struggling all day. And all of a sudden... Actually, I guess going back to that Seiya Suzuki swing in the 10th.
Christopher Morel with the next cup to hit. Davinsky throws over, and he's back in safely.
Oh, dude. I know that's not going to get down, but that's another pretty solid swing.
For the second out.
Overall was a Cub, so he's a real dude. I would love it if they put in some more old school players like that. I feel like they started to a couple years ago when they added in like Ty Cobb and Honus Wagner, and then they just kind of like didn't, and they shifted their focus to like more recent history, like the 90s, 2000s. I would love to see some really old baseball players that we haven't heard about,
Runs across in the inning.
or maybe that we have heard about and we just haven't gotten to use in the game.
And a foul ball.
That's another hit. All right. I mean, most of today, if I got that slider hanging down the middle, I wasn't hitting it, so that's a good sign.
See the ball very well in this one. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. Right on top of it.
Oh my God, another one? Pete Crow Armstrong? Is that gone? That is? That's a 5 spot here, all of a sudden, out of nowhere in the 11th inning. Where has this been all day?
That's their third home run.
Pete Crow Armstrong, second career homer. Okay, so I missed his first. He must have done that in a simmed game. That was a good swing, too. It's top 11. What's going on? I know. All of a sudden, now I figured it out.
So they bring on the veteran, Sean.
And this is a guy we could have had.
It's going to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are
I don't know. Shelby Miller did pretty good for me today, and now they don't even bring in Sean Armstrong until now. I think I made the right choice.
batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score. Swing and a miss.
Maybe I didn't figure anything out. Maybe it was a fluke. You're going to do a road to the show with one of those legends in franchise mode. Is that just like, you just like player lock as the specific player?
Loading for 5 so far in the inning, and we're here at the top half of the 11th.
Ball inside.
Really good.
I've never done that, but I've always thought about it. If that was a thing, that would be kind of fun to like play through a career. I remember there was a 2K, NBA 2K that came out. I don't even remember. It might have been 2K12, and they had a mode that was basically the My Player career mode, but you could use a historical player and then, you know, just put him in the league today. It was actually like dedicated to that.
Two down, nobody on. And that's 2 high.
Still going.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over.
How often is Pack Attack? Loving that series. Would be awesome if I do it daily. I try to do it every other day. Kind of my base plan is to alternate. You know, one day March to October, next day Pack Attack, and alternate between the two. But I'm also not great at keeping a schedule, so sometimes it gets off. Today, though, was supposed to be the next episode of Pack Attack, and apparently YouTube was having problems with uploaded videos, so it wasn't able to come out today. Should be tomorrow, though.
Right-hander kick steals.
But I'm glad to hear that you enjoy it.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Look out.
In the dirt, but kept close. No advance. Good job behind the dish. The pitch. Foul ball.
Is it just me, or are all of these games right now taking so long? This is only my third game, right? We did the Brewers game, we did the pitcher player lock, and now, and that's it.
And there's ball.
And it's still going.
He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk. Not what he wanted.
Yeah, toxic. That's what I was just saying. I think it's only the 3. I started out the stream by, you know, just refamiliarizing myself and everybody with the stats and what's going on, and then we hopped into the game against the Brewers, lost that. We did the pitcher player lock, lost that. Now we're doing this. I think that's it.
And the pitch is outside. Ball 1.
You player lock, so you add Ortiz to the Twins and then do his whole career. That's cool. Oh my God, where was this earlier? We could have been a couple innings into the next game if I just did all this earlier. That's 2 3-run home runs this inning, in addition to a 2-run shot to lead it off. This is an 8-run 11th inning. Save some run. I would save some runs for the rest of the season. That's what I'd like to do. You think the whole idea behind Pack Attack is cool? You think my channel could definitely blow up soon? You're also really invested in the White Sox series too. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. I love to hear it. I hope my channel blows up. I mean, I'm happy with what I'm doing. But you know, obviously if all of a sudden one day it's like, "Oh, hey, things are going a little bit better here." That'd be sick. I don't know. I think I still need to focus on consistency, because I still kind of struggle with that. I mean, I've been saying I want to stream regularly for like over a month now, and I didn't mean regularly as in like every week, and it hasn't even been every week. So definitely things I could improve on. Remember when the Cubs had 36 runs in a game? That does sound familiar, but I wouldn't remember exactly when that was. The one I remember was the was it the Blue Jays against the Red Sox? Might have been just last year. Keep grinding and put the videos in, and put the videos in stream video. Oh my God, I'm having trouble reading that. Thanks for what you're saying though, but I just, everything jumbled up there in my eyes. But yeah, thanks. I will keep going. I don't plan on stopping. I don't know, guys. I'm hoping that I'm getting to some kind of breakthrough here, because a lot of what holds me back from streaming, especially, is that I'm not good at sleeping. Like it takes me forever to fall asleep, so I just kind of almost give up on it and just like don't even try and sleep until I'm already tired, and then we're talking like, you know, 3-4 in the morning sort of thing. But last week or so I've been trying to get my sleeping a little bit back on track, and today I woke up at like 9:30 and I wasn't even tired. That hasn't happened in a very long time. So hopefully if I can keep doing that, then I can keep doing this, and we'll be doing streams much more regularly. Because I still have, like I said I wanted to do my White Sox theme team as a stream this year, and I still haven't streamed that at all. I have a couple other stream exclusive ideas that I, haven't even done yet because I haven't really been streaming. But we'll get there. The Braves scored 29 a few years ago against the Marlins. It's always fun when teams go off like that, because that's something you can only get in baseball. Like, maybe sometimes like football, but if you think of what like a normal score is, I feel like baseball has the most like variance to the normal score. Like if you think a normal baseball game is maybe like 5-3, like if that's standard, and like, a football game maybe like 21-17 or something like that. But then you can get baseball games that are like 17-14. Like that's just not going to happen in other sports, at least sports that I know of. Only 8 viewers after 110 minutes. I fell off. I haven't even looked at that. I don't know. I know you're kidding, but like, it's just something I don't even pay attention to. Dylan's headed out. Thanks for stopping by today. Pack Attack will be out tomorrow unless there's even more issues. Down to 4 now. Are you just trying to scare me? I don't know. It says 11 to me. We can spare that. That's fine. Actually, when I determined what my plan was going to be back when it matters, that would have been where I took out Adberg, right? I mean, I appreciate everyone who watches the stream. I also, like, I'm fine if you lurk. I'm not going to tell you how to watch the stream, but I definitely appreciate when you guys are, chatting with me. Keeps me entertained too, while I'm hopefully keeping you entertained. I don't know. I'm almost okay. That's gonna be our last out. I'm almost like worried for the day where, I mean, hopefully the day where I have like, maybe 100 or so people in here, and then I can't keep up with the chat, because I enjoy reading every single message in the chat, and I don't like the thought of missing any messages. Must have been a lag spike where everyone got booted for a second. That's actually, I meant to ask you guys about that. I changed a setting. I turned the stream to ultra low latency mode so that your messages would come, or no, my responses to your messages would go through quicker. And I forgot to mention that to you guys to ask if the quality was fine. If there's like lag spikes, if there's times where it buffers, I don't want that. You're writing a creative story. Nice. I mean, yeah, focus on that. Feel free lurking if you're working on a story. Quality's fine. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I thought when I was getting the stream booted up and ready to go, there was a couple times where like my little preview window kind of buffered, and it kind of worried me, and then I completely forgot about it. Okay, here we go. More trades. They really, I don't know if I've ever seen this. They're giving me the option to trade away somebody I traded for this year. Probably don't want to do this one, because we're giving up one of our best minor league prospects for just kind of a middle of the road reliever. Oh yeah, Raul's here. I forgot to mention that. How's it going? And then Chops is here. Been around for a while and finally caught a stream. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't done many. Still working on making it more of a routine thing. But thanks for showing up. Yeah, I don't like this trade. I think this one's one we'll just write off anyway. Orioles, Cole Irvin. Why do they keep doing? I took starting pitchers off of who I'm targeting. Why am I only being offered starters? And why am I being offered these like mid-70s C potential 30-year-olds for like big prospects here? Like Matt Shaw, A potential, and then this one, 2 B potentials? Like, I don't want to do that. What about the Rays? We just beat them. They're offering me Sean Armstrong again for nothing again. Okay, well, guess we're adding Sean Armstrong in the end. I think I just hit, was he somebody I hit a 3-run homer off of? So I probably raised that ERA a bit. He's also regressing a bit, but we're also getting rid of nothing. So there is no reason not to do this. I would imagine. Oh yeah, I forgot actually, since we traded for Miller, it was Drew Smiley that got sent down. So we're back down to just the one lefty. Didn't even notice that. We'll probably be losing Yency Almonte to add Armstrong. They saw Sean Armstrong do bad against me, and they're like, man, now you can have. That's exactly what happened in my White Sox one. The game after I put up a bunch of runs against him is when they offered me the trade for him. That's actually kind of crazy that that's happened twice with the same player. But yeah, this is the trade we do. There's no reason to decline all these because this is a good trade. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's really nothing else to consider. We just go through with it. Sean Armstrong, your newest Cub. We've made 3 trades and we've made 3 bullpen additions. We also didn't play as well in that last sim as I would have hoped, especially being against the Cardinals. We're still tied. We started the stream a half game up, and we have been tied with them pretty much ever since. Who else a diehard Cubs fan? Would it make you leave if I said I'm not? I don't dislike the Cubs. This one might make you leave, but I'm a White Sox fan. I don't hate the Cubs. I don't have anything against the Cubs. I used to buy into the rivalry. I don't anymore. The Cubs are, in my opinion, one of the more likable teams. I just know the Cubs Sox thing exists, so I feel like I gotta get out ahead of it. What do we got here? What happened? We didn't get rid of Almonte, so who did we get rid of? I'm not noticing who we got rid of here. I think we got to go here to find that out, maybe. Was it a starter? I don't think so. Was it... We already had lost Smiley. What am I missing here? Maybe it was a... Oh, maybe it was a position player. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't we usually have 7? Or do we normally have 8? Yeah, we're not missing a position player. I don't know. Do any of you guys recognize? Sometimes this happens and I don't realize who gets bumped off the team. Because I think we already had bumped off Drew Smiley with the Miller trade. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Assad is still here. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like there's anything I can do about it, but like, I'd like to know. Because I don't think we had Carl Edwards Jr. Although it'd be kind of nice if we did, probably. Both the guys I traded away were like 50 overalls. Smiley's gone. Look at position players for a sec. But I did. We had the same amount. 4 on the bench. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, no, Assad's there. I mean, like I said, I guess it doesn't really matter because we don't have them anyway, and there'd be no way to get them back. But, I don't know. I feel kind of bad that I lost track. Although I'm seeing also Yan Gomes is all the way down to a 65 now. Do I just make the switch now? Do I go to Amaya? I mean, Gomes is hot right now. He's got a 253 average, 306 on base. Amaya is struggling, but he's also getting better. I guess I'll stick with Gomes for now until his play falls off. It's really bugging me that I don't know. I mean, maybe here I'll see something I didn't see. No. Yeah, I don't know. Unless it was a starter that I didn't scroll down far enough to look at. I mean, yeah, no, he's not there. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, it doesn't make sense because we added 2 pitchers. We got rid of Smiley, and that's the only one I can think of. But you went back to look and you still can't figure it out. Then I guess it doesn't matter. I think this will probably be the last game I play, the last moment I play here. I said I was going to be on until about 9:30, 10 o'clock ish, and this will take us there. So 1-1 tie, and we got to get out of a bit of a jam here. It's oh, you know what? Yeah, we've already gone through it, but there. I think I was blocking when I was saying we were tied earlier, but now there's the proof. We're tied with the Cardinals. 1-1 tie. Runners on the corners. We've got Sean Armstrong in the game, our newest acquisition. We got to face late night Lamont. I don't know if I'm going to like this matchup. I mean, I'd want to use Armstrong being our new guy, but it just doesn't seem smart. Yeah, 71 power, 79 clutch. Drop it down to 37 power for bringing a lefty. I feel like that's what we got to do. Although, let's see first what we have going on here. We have Lamont Wade already has a triple, but they have a solo shot for their only run. Robbie Ray is pitching. Ian Happ with a solo shot. Wish they would let me choose. And then Rob, the one thing about March to October is you wish you had more control of the rosters. You and me both, or all 3 of us. Wait, I want to go to Coulomb here. Yeah, that's like the one drawback. Like, I feel like the way you progress through the season, the player progression with fast tracks, all that is fun. And then it just kind of drops the ball when it comes to roster control. I love the ability to just like play March to October, but then be able to call up whoever I want to call up whenever I want to call them up.
That one
I'm even fine. Like, I would like to put together my trades, but I'm also kind of fine with the trade system in this mode. Like, I think it's fine the way it works. But yeah, we need to be able to control our rosters. There we go. 3 pitches. Sits him down. No biggie at all for Danny Coulomb. You played March to October once because it was confusing. I mean, I guess... Man, it's been in the game for a long time. Since 19. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. I was going to say I don't find it confusing, but then again, I've been playing it for 6 years, so I guess I shouldn't. I don't know, I guess it's pretty straightforward. You pretty much just play the games it tells you to play, and you kind of just got to go on the ride sometimes. A lot of it's automated.
Pitch misses there. 1-2 to count.
You know, I don't know why this just came to mind, but does it ever bother you guys that I have my ear out of my headset on the right side? Because, like, I feel like that's one of those things that some people could be bothered by, like if something's slightly off center type deal. I don't know, I like to be able to hear myself. I feel like I sound weird if I put the other one over. I don't know, you guys probably don't care. It's just interesting. You don't even notice? I'm glad then. Because I've wondered, like, if there's anybody who might click on or click into a video of mine and then, like, it just bugs them and they can't watch.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front, dipped into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you
Oh, I thought that was going to break down further. Okay. I mean, this is the matchup right here. They've got Robbie Ray deep into this game. Wisdom up with all that power. And I am dropping the PCI pretty bad.
Tyler Rogers getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. Miller also throwing.
Dude, he's got nothing but curveball here. I'll give myself a little credit for that take, though. That was nice.
For anything in the dirt, try your best to get into scoring position. Next pitch.
That's 4 straight. Why does he insist on throwing nothing but the knuckle curve? Hang another one. Oh my god, he did! I asked for it, and he did. 5 knuckle curves in a row, and he finishes it off by hanging one to Patrick Wisdom. I mean, what are we doing? I'm just glad that I figured out whatever I figured out in the 11th inning of the last game, because if I didn't, I probably would have found some way to mess that up. Alright, well now, or we gotta wait till the replay first. And they're bringing a new pitcher. Tyler Rogers. Okay, I'm done hitting now. I'm going to actually remember to warm up my closer this time.
Close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game. Dansby Swanson stands in.
1-0.
The shortstop takes the ball.
I'm so glad that created players are out of Diamond Dynasty.
Down 2-0.
I mean, it didn't happen often, but every once in a while you come across somebody using this delivery, but they built their player to throw like 102 outlier. I mean, how are you hitting that? How are you hitting that?
The inside edge. And now 3-0. Still only 1 out here in the inning.
I probably shouldn't even swing here. I probably shouldn't even act like I'm going to. No, okay.
The zone. 3-1.
There we go. I'll take my walk. Might be the only way I can do anything against this Tyler Rogers is if he walks me or if he hangs some kind of pitch.
Now it's Yanko.
You feel like they should have kept hitters and just not pitchers?
Boys in this lineup, but he has been
I mean, I doubt they would go halfway like that. I don't necessarily disagree. But you know what? I used to like... I mean, there's not much that MLB 18 did right, but I think the way that MLB 18 handled created players was maybe the best that it's ever been in Diamond Dynasty. You had like positional programs for each individual position of your created player. So like if you wanted to make your guy a catcher, you had to make your way through the catcher program for the created player, but then if you decided you didn't want to anymore and you wanted him to be a shortstop, you had to start over from scratch basically. You stayed away from Diamond Dynasty this year. It's better this year, I think, at least.
And perception, he knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Uh-oh. Are we not live anymore? I mean, it distracted me to strike out there, but I got some kind of error message. Are we good? Maybe if I don't know if we're good, I should pause the game. I'm going to pause here until I hear somebody say that they can still see me, and if not, then Toxic says we're good. Okay, I don't know what this error message is then. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Are we experiencing buffering, viewers? I don't know. This is the first time I've ever seen an alert like that, and it's freaking me out. But you guys are saying we're good, so I trust you. I don't know. I might... Ooh, is that going to drop in? All right, Nick Madrigal. I might switch it back to low latency instead of ultra low. Like, I feel like I can see that ultra low latency may be causing issues. And if I see your messages, 2 seconds later, then so be it. I'd rather a stable stream than instant responses.
So even if it takes until his last at bat, you get that sense that a hit's coming from this guy one way or another.
Oh, that stayed fair. Oh, but we're going to run it out? Okay. Fluke Tyler Rogers a little bit. We got bases loaded. Pete Crow Armstrong, I hit a home run with him, and I think the last at-bat I had with him. He's not doing that good up on the scoreboard. 235 average. I guess he is mainly here for his glove. So any hitting is really only a plus.
The Cubbies trying to break this one open here in game one of this 3-game set. And that's down and away.
More of a defensive guy? Yeah, definitely. Last stream, I had his call-up player lock, so I got him a little bit of a boost. And he didn't really help me in that at bat, but you know what? It's Tyler Rogers. Sometimes you're just going to look stupid, and you got to be okay with that.
Two on this homer. On the north side of Chicago.
All right, Adbert. I still feel like that is not the way you pronounce it, but I'm going with it. Adbert Alzolay making his entrance. He's going to shut the door.
The pitch. Ball one, no strikes.
Dansby, weak arm, but only 27 speed. It's going to be close. And he's... Come on. Come on. We're not doing this in our last game of the day. We're not going to get on like this with weak hits just placed in the right spot. Okay. We're fine, right, guys? We're fine.
Make it close at first, and not every shortstop can even make that play. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a fly.
Dude, I
Right through there for a strike.
keep missing my spots here, man.
And that
Please.
to first.
At least get him at first. Okay, nice stop. If he made the play cleanly, we might have been able to turn 2, but we got to at least get 1 out. The first run doesn't matter. The second one does, though.
The next giant to hit. Golden opportunity right here. On the ground. Down the line, and it's foul.
Edward pitching like his real life self. Is he not nails? Does he not nail it down?
And prevent that run from scoring.
There we go. Need swings and misses like that. I'm going to go, you know what? No, I'm going to go sweeping curve instead, actually. Okay, it would have been better to hit my spot.
Excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. So the tying run is second. Off the mark there.
I'm going to it again. 9-hole hitter will chase this slider. Well, I guess he doesn't need to. Are you...
Base hit. One run is in.
Oh, yeah, take more steps, Bellinger. Oh, my God. Perfect throw probably gets him, but if he just threw it... Unbelievable, dude. I might, you know what? I might do the same thing. I might kick him from the closer role, too, after this one. Actually, no, this is not his fault. This is just how the game is being today. The game is just brutalizing me with these bloop hits or weak hits in general.
And that's strike one.
No ball. One strike.
Swings.
You know, all it is the game wanted me to be live more. If I picked up this win nice and smooth, I would have been getting off. But now we got to play at least another inning at the plate.
And that just misses. It's a good take.
True, I can get a fireball for walking it off now. Okay, well, it... Oh my God, can anyone maybe rewind and tell me how far off I was to make that a yellow pitch? Because that ended up right down the middle. It has been a rough one today, Chops. This game has been absolutely brutal. Pitching-wise. Like, I've never had this much trouble in one concentrated time period on the mound. But it's just like everything is just going wrong. Yep, that's what happened. Toxic. He is rounding the bases. Now we got a comeback to make. Adbert's done. He did his job.
Mark Leiter Jr. gets the ball now. He's into the game with the bases empty. And here is Matt Chapman. Chapman gets a piece there.
I mean, don't forget those all those weak hits that got us to that spot. I guess we do only have one out. I was gonna say the inning could have been over, but maybe not. I don't know. It's all right, Toxic. I'm heading out after this one too.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. The line to kick the pitch.
There we go. All right.
Chases that.
Out number 2. We gotta keep it where it's at this point.
That's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable.
I don't know. If not Adbert as my closer, who do I stick in that spot? I know Mark Leiter Jr. has been really good for me, but I don't know if I want to restrict him to just being the closer.
And there's a foul ball. 2 outs, bases empty.
I hung that. Okay. You know, I'm going to go back to that again, just actually in the dirt this time. Well, it didn't have to be, but at least that yellow one went in a decent spot. Another punch out. And now we got some work to do.
Has completely flipped the script.
Oh, and we got to do it against Doval. I was sitting here like, who's their closer? Who are we about to see? And it's Doval.
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Camilo Doval. And he's done a great job keeping the
I'm locking in just about as much as I can here, chat.
pitch.
Yeah, no chance I'm swinging at that first pitch. Is it just me, or is he having a bad season in the game? I thought he'd been having a good season up to this point, and when I'd used him, he's been solid. I haven't had issues with him.
Visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win. The 0-2.
Do something. Okay, it's not getting caught. That's going to be a leadoff double. We needed that to get things going. Tying run coming up to the plate.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes
Sometimes I got to use the pitcher I'm most comfortable with to close. That's true. I guess what I could do is if I check in on Adbert, maybe he wasn't doing that bad as the CPU closer, so I could leave him as the closer and then just not use him myself. I can use somebody else.
with 3 groundouts and a flyout. That one
See, I am taking pitches I'm supposed to take. They're just not ending up out of the zone. I'd much rather get a ball than have to take a strike on a pitcher's pitch. Like that one, too. I'm not going to swing at that before 2 strikes, but he's stealing these as strikes.
tying run at the plate.
Yeah, and then I have to swing at that one. He's keeping everything in the zone. It's a really good pitching performance right now from Doval. Even though he gave up the double. Just wasn't ready for that one on the outer half.
relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas.
Oh, he went to almost the same thing. Not always the easiest to catch up to 100 on the cutter.
The tying run at the plate. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Left-hand batter waits.
All right, there we go. Finally, a ball thrown. At least I think that's the first one. Ah, that is just filthy. And then it has to end up in the zone. I think it's all up to wisdom now, right? He hit the go-ahead homer.
Really good job to get 2 outs out.
Oh,
And that one fouled off.
I go from being way late to way early on that pitch.
That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. With the tying run at the plate, we're in the last half of the 9th inning.
Like, are you kidding me? Ah, you're right. First or part-time pitcher, full-time painter, this guy.
The Cubs down to their final strike. That misses. The count now 2-2. Two outs.
Oh, that was it. That was the one. How did I miss that? I was on it. I was just a little under it. Such a small PCI.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
And he deals.
All right, we worked the walk. Somehow, we worked the walk. Winning runs coming up to the plate, and it's Dansby.
Dansby swats.
He's got 3 walks today. Oh, we have him down into yellow energy. Okay. Okay. He might be a little more wild.
Already in some trouble and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
Oh, look at the timing. I was on it. Wait, is that carrying? Wait, is that carrying? Oh my God, Dansby did it. I thought I popped out. I thought I popped out. I was so far under that. I thought that was a pop fly to left. But Dansby just willed that one over the wall. I wonder if the wind was blowing out. That's the only way that just happened. Dude, I put down the controller. I was done. That was insane. I mean, that is what they call them, the power gaps here in Wrigley, because it's short there. That didn't even end up in the basket. That carried all the way to the first row. That was insane. I wish I knew. I mean, I could go back and check now because we probably saw the wind direction when I was paused at some point, but that had to be what did it. The wind saved me. Man, I'm pumped up now. I'm not going to be able to sleep. What a ride there. 7 runs total in the 9th inning. We gave up a 3-1 lead to go down 5-3, and then we win it on a 3-run walk-off. After, the MVP of the inning was the at-bat before. Patrick Wisdom working that walk to get to Dansby? Dude, you did. You called it right before it happened. Actually, I looked over as it was happening because I thought it was a pop-up. I saw a Dansby walk-off, and I was like, oh, no, didn't happen. And then it just kept going. Look at all that momentum we have now. We got to put some distance in between us and the Cardinals. There's, what, 4 games in a row we just won? There we go. Keep the winning streak alive. We are... You know what? I'm going to... There we go. Move myself away. We're 2 back. And look at the game we're going to load into next time. 8-7. But yeah, that's a good note to end it on, probably. Walk off with Dansby. Down 2 with 2 outs. Unbelievable. But hey, thank you guys for watching tonight. Thanks for coming out for episode 3 here of the Cubs March to October. I say it all the time, but I want to stream more, and especially that ending. That was a lot of fun. But I'm hoping if I say it now, it'll be a way to kind of hold me to it. I want to stream the first White Sox theme team stream sometime this weekend. Whether that be tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I want it to happen this weekend. It has to happen this weekend. It's been way too long. So, I'm saying that now for the 12 of you that are here. Hopefully, I can hold myself accountable now that I've said it out loud. So that's the plan. But for now, it's going to be it for the Cubs today. I'd say in the end it was a pretty good episode. Maybe I'm just biased because of the ending, but yeah, I'll see you next time, Jay Goody. Sorry to be ending it right when you got here, but there'll be more. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for coming out again. It was a fun time. Thanks for keeping me busy in the chat. And I'll see you guys next time.